every day we meet at 8 because we have an objective, and that objective is to be enlightened with the truth. Sip in Roop, sip in Raju, sip in Parvatiyama, sip in Gautam, sip Samita, sip Atma, sip Sudeep, sip Ru Mataji, sip Sagai Raj, sip Mutkura Anand, sip Girish, sip Avinash, sip Bridget, sip Lakshmi, sip Kaumudi, Supreme Power, sip Tanu, sip Gaurish, sip Shilpa, and I cannot see the rest of you, but sip in many of you, in all of you, where the supreme immortal power manifests. I can't see you, I can only see sip. So don't get worried if I make a mistake. I can only see the divine, and that is the way to live. And that is how I try to guide you to live, and that is the truth about life. So today we have the question, administrators putting up the question, and I challenge you to give the answer. The question: how can we transform the mind? Let us start. How can we transform the mind?
Hello, Guruji. Good
Yes,
morning.
Bridget.
Good evening for you. I
Good
think
morning to you.
we have
Bolo.
many. I think we have many ways to change the mind, and it's very simple. It's by the touch, the quality of the touch we have. Après ça, the company in between each other. We have to have with people positive, happy, and joyful. The song we listen, always try to listen song. Many things you watch, try to watch positive. Positive.
So how can you transform? So how can you transform the mind? You're telling me the transform for mind, you go from negative to positive, correct?
Yes, always.
That's the way, according to you, that's your answer, correct?
With the gratitude, the perception, always see the good thing and everything. Everything arrive for a reason. We have to understand. Sometimes it's not easy to understand why, but later we understand why.
Okay, good. Thank you, Bridget. Let us see other people. You gave such an easy answer. I'm confused. Sudeep, yes. Sudeep.
Shivam, sir.
How can we transform the Shivam, Sudeep? How can we transform the mind?
My words could be different, but what I would have said to answer this question is what Bridget ma'am has already said. That if you take a cup of empty cup and you fill it with milk, you cannot add anything to it. You cannot put liquor into that cup because it's already filled with milk. So that's what we can do, is to fill our mind with God so that nothing else comes into the mind. But I had a small doubt when I looked at the screen for the question, and the question said, how can you transform the mind? So should we really try and transform the mind, or should we transcend the mind? Will that be a better idea?
You can do so many things. But right now the question is,
my point was that whatever thoughts that come into the mind, we just have to keep them aside, and transforming the mind for me would be to silence the mind so that nothing comes inside it. That would be a better way to look at it, rather than changing from negative to positive, because positive can again change to negative at any point of time.
Good. So we have another 5 minutes to get answers before we get. Yes, Shilpa. Thank you, Sudeep. Shilpa, how can we transform the mind?
Simple answer: changing the thought process.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Please speak louder into the mic, please.
Now?
Yes, yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. So changing the thought process, one thought at a time. Yes, as Sudeep also mentioned, कि negative to positive and then positive to negative वो कभी भी हो जाता है. True, but that's why one thought at a time, continuous positive thoughts, continuous positive energy, we keep giving it, it will not go negative. It will not even try to reach there. उसकी
So what is-
conditioning ही
So
change हो
what is your
जाएगी.
answer? So what is your answer? How can we transform the
Changing-
mind?
Changing thought process one thought at a time.
Okay, thank you. Changing
Amitash.
thought process. One thought, huh?
Amita.
Amitash. Yes, Amitash.
Rohan Master, am I audible?
Shivoham. Bolo, Amitash.
By going from NEP to PEP. Get
That's
transform.
the-
You have read the book, is it? You have read the book, NEP to PEP. You have read the book?
Yes, Master.
Okay. So you are saying from going from NEP to PEP, correct?
Yes, Master.
So
That
we
is
are
the
trying to
first-
rewrite
that
this
is the
book.
first step.
Do you
May
have
I,
any
Guru?
other answer?
May I, Guruji?
That's all, Master. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Amitash. Ru Mataji, boliye. I think somebody else also came in between. Was it Ashok Nichani? But first start with Ru Mataji, please.
But first, let
When you put your
Nichani.
when you
Ashok-
put your hand up, when you click hand up in the screen, it's very easy to call you one by one. But when you speak, I don't know who's speaking. Bolo Ru Mataji, boliye.
Guruji, we can feed our mind with good thoughts and we can control our emotional reactions. And we can use intelligence. But we should live by intelligence, not with heart. And second, we should be always remain in Turium stage.
How to transform the mind, Mataji?
Yes, we should become conscious of that we are not the dreamer, waker, and the sleeper. We should
Nico-
remain
okay.
conscious.
Okay. Ashok, I think Ashok Nichani.
Shivam Sirji,
Shivam, bolo Ashok.
we should empty the minds with all the negative thoughts. Empty the mind first, then bring it to a still, in bliss, silent mode. Then only we can transform. the
Okay.
mind.
Okay. You must empty the mind and then you bring it to silent mode. Then only we can transform the mind. Avinash. Thank you. Thank you, Ashok. Avinash. Sip, Avinash.
Yeah, thanks. So for me, be a seer, like observe the mind. That is the first step for me, like observe the mind. Then only I can divert it or focus it or control it. So be a observer where your mind is going. Okay, so be a observer what mind is and how it is responding. So that is what I believe.
Good. Be an observer of the mind and see where the mind is going. Who's it?
Tanu.
Thank you.
Tanu bolo.
Shivoham, actually, I wanted to say that first we have to, from the negative mind, we have to go to neutral when it is not negative, when it is not positive, and then turn it into positive.
Good. So you must go from negative to neutral and then to positive. Anybody else wants to tell us how to transform the mind? Anybody wants to tell us? Before I close, I'm closing the question and answer session. Okay. So now I'm going to ask you all I'm going to do a small question answer session. Okay. Samita. Shivoham. Who is this?
When I want to say about that question, when we feel that there is no mind only, then where is the question arises of transforming the mind?
I was going to reject you from the question answer because you came late and now you stole the words which I was going to speak.
I was actually having
So
food.
let me explain to you. My dear friends, we know where is the nose, we know where is the eyes, we know where is the ear, we know the brain, we have seen the scan of the brain and the X-ray of the heart. Has anybody seen the mind? Have you seen the mind? There is no mind. How can you transform it? There is no mind, my friends. What are you trying to transform? Sudeep, where is your mind? Sudeep, tell me. What are you trying to transform? There is no mind. The mind, Avinash, have you seen the mind?
Yes, sir. When I think about the mind, it's like body in action. The things I do unknowingly is my mind. Yeah.
No, those are your thoughts.
Yes, that is what I
They are-
perceive. The mind is the things that happening
Ashok
unknowingly
Ashok Nishani, have you
unconsciously.
seen the mind, Ashok Nishani?
No, Sirji, we can't see the mind.
But then you are giving a big lecture how to transform it.
But we
It's just
imagine
like,
it.
it's just like me telling you, please go to your kitchen and bring the goat and come. Please go bring the goat from the kitchen.
But we imagine it, Sarji. Everyone imagines that we have a mind.
You may imagine, but if I'm asking you, please bring the goat from the kitchen. I want to do puja for the goat. Can you bring the goat from the kitchen?
No, Sarji.
Why you cannot bring the goat from the kitchen?
I don't have it.
Bridget, where is your mind, Bridget? You want to transform the mind. Where is the mind, Bridget?
The mind. It's something like this here inside.
No, that is your brain. That is your brain. That is not your mind.
Brain makes the mind. No?
No. No,
I'm
no,
wrong?
no, no, no. No.
Oh,
There is no mind. There
No
is
mind.
no mind.
body,
No,
mind,
there are
ego.
only-
Where is the mind?
Only there are thoughts. There are thoughts.
Oh.
And a bundle of thoughts seems to be a negative mind or a positive mind. Girish, you have something to say, Girish? Where is the mind?
I can't find.
Is there? You can't.
I
Where is
can't
the
find.
mind? I cannot find. Where is Girish says, where is the mind? I have tried to find, but I cannot find, so I left it behind. Where is the mind? I tried to find, I could not find, so I left it behind. I am moving forward as the divine soul. That is my ultimate goal. My dear friends, in this session of Ask Air, in these everyday sessions, let us realize a simple truth. There is no mind. There is the hardware of the body. The mind is an illusion. It appears to be there. It appears to think. It creates thoughts in our mind, but it is not existing as an entity. You can't catch the mind. That's why the mind makes you miserable. I met somebody yesterday and he told me something very nice. I tell you something, somebody in Hindi they told me. Girish, you understand Hindi? Hindi, you understand? So I didn't understand the meaning when they spoke. Yesterday I was in a YPO meeting and they spoke like this. He said in the YPO meeting, गड्ढे को कितनी बार समझाता हूं समझता नहीं है. गड्ढे को कितनी बार समझाता हूं गड्ढे को समझता नहीं है. What's the meaning, Girish?
वो एक एनिमल को I am trying to tell something to some animal, it is not able to understand it and follow
What
it.
is Gadda? What is Gadda?
It is just like
Guruji, it is not Gada, it is Gadha, donkey.
Gadda, I know my pronunciation is wrong. क्या pronunciation क्या है बोलो? गधा. क्या बोलते हैं? मुझे गधा नहीं मुझे गधा बोलना नहीं आता है. I have never I have never been more bigger गधा. So I
Gadha,
don't-
Gadha.
कैसे बोलते हैं? गधा
Don't-
गधा. ठीक है गधा. तो आप बोलो गधा. Correct. गधे को कितने बार समझाता हूं समझता नहीं है. कौन है गधा? हाँ सुदीप, कौन है गधा?
The mind.
The mind is the donkey. I try to tell the donkey so much, the donkey doesn't listen. Now Sudeep, tell me why the donkey doesn't listen.
Because the donkey is not there.
If the donkey is not there, then how can the donkey listen when the donkey is not there? We are trying to make the donkey listen when the donkey is not there. Then how the donkey will listen? As Rekha, you have been paying a lot of attention. You have captured the essence. And I was going to explain this through an analogy, but you captured it and you told in one line. But you got my... So, my dear friends, the point is this. The mind is a monkey and the mind is a donkey and it makes us a horse. So these are the analogies we have got. So therefore we must pause, and in this call every day, today's learning in this call is this. There is no mind. You can't transform the mind. Now come to the point of the matter. You can't transform the mind. You've got to kill it. that mind that appears, that mind that comes as a donkey, as a monkey, gadha. Hey, gadha क्या है? कहाँ गई तुम्हारी हमारी तनु कहाँ गई? करेक्ट है क्या? रेखा करेक्ट है? गधा कैसे बोलते हैं इसको? गधा
Correct, correct.
हाँ,
गधा गधा.
मैं 10 बार गधा गधा 10 बार बोलूंगा गधा बन जाऊंगा, नो प्रॉब्लम. तो ये गधा जो है ना, ये गधा, प्रॉब्लम इज विद गधा. तो how to now to transform the gadha is to kill it. You have to kill it. You have to destroy its illusory presence, as Girish would say. You have to destroy its illusory presence because it is not there, but it is illusory present. It appears, Bridget, it appears and makes you negative. It creates fear, hate, anger, jealousy, revenge, pessimism, doubt. It creates all these emotions, but actually it is thoughts. These are all thoughts that put together appear to be the mind. So don't try to transform the mind, just kill it. Because when you try to transform the mind, it becomes that same story. गधे को कितने बार बोला, समझता नहीं है गधा. गधा समझता नहीं गधा, सब वो समझता है ही नहीं गधा, कैसे करेंगे? Over to you, questions. I think I will stop with gadha business now and we'll get back to question answer session. Raju, you understand Hindi, Raju? You are very silent. So Raju tried to switch on.
Sir,
the
little,
audio, but his-
little Hindi.
Little.
I can understand.
Little
sir.
Hindi, you understand. But you understand the
yes, sir.
topic, what I'm talking.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Jyotri.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, Raju. I have not heard your voice for many days, so I wanted
Okay,
to
sir.
hear your voice also.
Good, thank you,
Jyotri,
sir.
Jyotri says, who is ignorant? Who gets rebirth? Is it mind and ego? If yes, how? Jyotri says, who is ignorant? Who is ignorant? The ignorant is the jiva. The body, mind, ego, the complex, the jiva, the human being in English. Who is ignorant? It is the human being. Who gets rebirth? Not the body. The body dies. The body returns to dust. The body cannot be reborn. Who gets reborn? It is me, M-E, mind and ego. Actually, Antahkarna. Man, Buddhi, Chitta, Man, Buddhi, Smriti, Ahankar. I've changed from Chitta to Smriti because people get confused. Man, Buddhi, Smriti, Ahankar. Because when you say Chitta and Chitta, it confuses you all. So please don't use the word Chitta. Man, Buddhi, Smriti, Ahankar. This Antahkarna is reborn and is asking if yes, how? How? By carrying its karma. By carrying its karma, and just like we transfer data and apps through Wi-Fi or through Bluetooth or Wi-Fi direct or through cable, so we are able, the divine SIP is able to get the me, M-E-K, me with karma, transformed into a new seed, a zygote that is just born. So this is how Jyotri is the transformation process. In a matter of seconds, in a matter of a flash, you are transformed. You get, sometimes I wonder, it's very funny. I save a contact. I save a contact in Google. I hope how many of you have done this. And when you try and save it in Google, and in 5 seconds, you on other 5 devices with the same Google, it has the contact. Instantly, it copies your contact. It refreshes and gives you an instant contact. It is magical. And if an ordinary man can do it, then why not SIP? So there are some questions coming to me from Dasi. How to control unnecessary thoughts? Dasi, the best way to control unnecessary thoughts or thoughts is to be in a state of thoughtlessness, is to be in a state of consciousness. Dasi, you've got to watch the mind. When the mind starts giving you thoughts, take 2 steps back. Stop immediately. You know when the mind is troubling you. Stop. Take 2 steps back. Observe the mind. Watch the mind as it's thinking. And if you become habituated, if you make it a habit to be in the state of turiyam, chaturiyam, if you become habituated to be in the state of Sat Chit Anand, or the state of consciousness, the only way to control otherwise you can't control Dasi. You cannot control the thoughts. The thoughts will be shooting at you at a speed of 50 thoughts a minute. It is impossible to control the thought. But the moment you develop the habit, Dasi, of becoming in a state of consciousness. Now, what is the state of consciousness, Dasi? The state of consciousness is when you start observing the mind. Suppose as I'm talking to you, your mind is jumping, right? Your mind is jumping to this member of your family, to this business, to this problem, to this friend. Stop, 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 stop. Observe it. When you start observing the mind or your thoughts, it stops. Please try it. It will stop.
But Ravi, you said just now that we don't have the mind. So how do we observe? How can we observe when there's
I'm repeating.
not there?
So let me change the word for you. Because you told me mind, I told you that. So you have to observe the thought. You have to observe those thoughts that are. What is the mind? According to you, what is the mind? It's those thoughts. The mind is a bundle of thoughts.
Exactly.
Actually, there is no mind. Please read. Actually, because Dasi, you can. If you find the mind, can you find it? Can you find the mind?
No.
It is a subtle. It appears, Dasi. It appears, but actually, it is just thoughts. So you know the story of the Raja who went to the man and asked the same question. You know the Raja?
Which Raja?
Just like you asked me the question, how to stop unnecessary thoughts.
Okay.
A king went to his Dada. A king went to his saint Dada and asked his Dada, please help me to remove unnecessary thoughts. So what the saint told him? The saint told him, you come tomorrow morning at 5 o'clock. I will remove all the unnecessary thoughts from your mind. So when the Raja was going, he told the Raja, but Raja, don't forget, when you come tomorrow morning 5 o'clock, don't forget to bring your mind. Don't forget to bring your mind. So he went home and he told his wife, he told Rani, I met a funny saint. He told me to come in the morning 5 o'clock. He'll remove all my unnecessary thoughts. He'll remove all my fear, my worry. He'll remove everything. But this funny man is telling me to bring the mind. He's an idiot. How can I go without my mind? So the wife told him, you don't worry. He seems to be an intelligent man. You go 5 o'clock in the morning. When he went 5 o'clock in the morning, that man told him, okay, what is the problem? He said, I have too many unnecessary thoughts. So the man told him, okay, I have a way of removing all the thoughts. You sit in the next room. I'm doing my meditation. After 1 hour, I will come and remove all those thoughts. You just find the mind. You keep the mind ready. I will come and take out all the thoughts. The man sat for 1 hour and he tried to find the mind. He kept on finding the mind. Dasi, could he find the mind?
No, could not.
So when the Swami came to him and asked him, give me your mind, I will remove the thoughts. He told Swami, I am not able to find the mind. Swami, where is the mind I cannot find? Then he said, if there is no mind, then Dasi, if there is no mind, then where are the unnecessary thoughts coming in you? Just like you can choose. Suppose you are walking and you don't want to walk. What do you do, Dasi? If you're walking and you don't want to walk,
you stop yourself from walking.
You stop walking. Suppose you're eating and you don't want to eat. What will you do?
You stop eating.
You stop. You don't want thoughts. What you must do?
You stop your thoughts. Okay.
Stop thinking. You don't want to stop. Just stop thinking. It's very simple.
Okay.
I hope you'll remember the example what I told you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
If you don't want to walk, stop walking. You don't want to eat, stop eating. You don't want these rotten thoughts, stop thinking.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. So next question, please. Ru Mataji, समझे आप? Amitash Shukla, is heaven there? Heaven, of course. You come, it's right here behind me. I will show you heaven. Amitash, you come here. Heaven is where I am. Can you see behind me? This place is called Nirvana. It's heaven. But coming back to your question.
Up there after death, Master.
I was just joking. Now I'm coming to your answer. So Amitash, heaven and hell are not like New York and New Delhi and New Zealand. They are not physical domains. Heaven and hell are an experience on earth when we take rebirth. You are born in a heaven or you are born in a hell. Heaven and hell are not somewhere far away in the stars next to Venus and Mars. Heaven and hell are not somewhere there. Heaven and hell are on earth, right here on earth. And you can only experience heaven and hell when you take rebirth. So if you want to experience heaven and hell, you have to come back to earth. You have to come back to earth. You got the answer now, Amitash?
Master, just a follow-up question. Like in Hinduism and in Islam also, it is said that there is a special heaven for Shiva devotees. And in Islam also, it is said there is Jannatul Firdaus. So, Master, what is your take on it?
So I don't speak about religions who get offended. So I only speak about religions that don't get offended. Okay. So the point is, I'm asking you a question, Amitash. Is death certain or death is certain or death is not certain?
Most certain.
And when a person dies, we destroy the body, we burn the body, or we bury the body, or we keep it in the drawing room forever and ever.
We dispose it.
Why we dispose the body? Because the person is in the body. No, because the person is in the body or left.
Left the body, Master. Left.
So if you destroy the body, then who goes to heaven?
The soul, Master. The soul, Atma.
How do you go? How do you go? Which Indigo, Jet Airways, SpiceJet? Who goes?
It is said that Yama takes to the accountant that God is there and accountancy is done, and then it is allotted.
So these are all fairy tales. These are fairy tales. There is no Yama. There is no heaven. There is no hell. Everything is experienced here on earth. Please read the book Rebirth and you will be convinced. Because if you go to heaven and hell, then the story of this world will come to an end. This world only continues based on the concept of death and rebirth. Otherwise this world will come to an end. There will be no birth. Why is a small child born blind? A small child is born blind because he's come to hell. You know, if you are blind, Amitash, would it be heaven or hell if you were blind for life?
It would be hell, Master, hell.
So this is the hell. A child is born in hell because of past karma.
Okay, Master.
So this is a long discussion, but I hope you're getting the pulse of it.
Yes, Master. Okay. Thank you. I'll read the book, Master. Thank you so much.
Please read the book on rebirth. I'm happy to send it to you. Bridget, do body, mind, and ego always with the same soul before enlightenment? How much life before soul gets enlightenment? So Bridget, first part, do body, mind, and ego are always with the same soul? No.
Yeah.
No. So let me explain to you. If I take a balloon and I blow the balloon and then I leave the air out, if I blow the balloon again, will the same air come in the balloon?
No.
Why not?
Because all the air around, it's mixed.
Good. So soul is also mixed. Your soul, my soul, everybody's soul is mixed. It's only one soul, like one air. So the soul is not the same. And before enlightenment, how much life before soul gets enlightened? Bridget, soul doesn't get enlightened. Soul is already enlightened. Soul does not get enlightened. Soul is the power of God.
But
yeah, the body, mind, and ego.
Body, mind, and ego.
Yes, in the body, the mind and ego gets enlightened in the body, in a physical body. And when the mind and ego gets enlightened, you understand, I am not this body, I am not the mind and ego, I am the soul. When you realize I am the soul, you are enlightened. Then in death, in the time of death, this body will become dust. The mind and ego does not exist. It will disappear and you become one with God, one with Sip.
And now after that, we don't come back. No.
You don't come back because you become one with Sip.
And we enjoy the tranquility and the peace.
You become in the divine Ananda. You are in heavenly peace. That's right. Okay, we have 3-4 minutes. I believe there are some questions. Jyotri has another question. Who produces the thought? Is it the senses? Thought is produced by the jiva. Jyotri, can you have the senses produce the thought when you are in deep sleep? When there is no sensation of the mind, when you are in deep sleep, when the senses are dead. You are sleeping and you're snoring, your eyes are closed, your ears are closed, your nose are closed. There is no thought. It is called sound sleep. Therefore, thought is produced in the body in a state of awakening, Jagrat. And if the thought is in a state of swapna, sleeping, then it is not a state of apprehension. This is called a state of misapprehension. So there are 3 states. I have not spoken much about this. The state of awakening, Girish, is called a state of apprehension. So a state of dream is called a state of misapprehension. And a state of deep sleep, when there is no senses and there is no thought, is called a state of non-apprehension. So there are 3 apprehensions: apprehension, misapprehension, and non-apprehension. And when you reach the 4th state, you are in a state of Chaturyam. In a state of Chaturyam, you are in the state of consciousness. You are beyond all apprehension. Thank you. Any more questions?
Here I want to ask,
Yes.
you say that sometimes you learn from us also. So what do you learn from us?
I always learn from you because you are SIP. You are the supreme immortal power. I don't learn from Rekha. I learn from the Atma in Rekha.
But Rekha is speaking, na? Atma is not speaking, no?
You are only a manifestation. You are only the mouthpiece. You are only the speaker. I don't learn from the speaker. I learn from when I'm talking. You think I'm talking? I'm not talking. I am only blah blahing. Blah 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 blah. I'm not talking. Somebody else is talking.
Okay, and one more question. In which place you realize that you are the SIP? Name of the
Before you
place.
understand one question, don't ask another question. You understood the first question.
I know I will not understand that question. You have to explain me more. Then only I can understand.
I got my first realization I got on the 31st of August 2014 when I was on a flight AF 192 from Paris to Bangalore. That was the first date of my aha, my spiritual aha. 2014, 31st of August. Then I realized I was not in a flight.
Thank you.
Komal, thank you. Komal says, what's the difference between Turiyam and Chaturyam? What's the difference between Turiyam and Chaturyam? The difference between water and Bisleri. What's the difference between water and Bisleri? Don't say one is water, one is mineral water. I'm talking about mineral. So both Chaturyam is a long name because they could not say Chaturyam. Okay, you know the meaning of Chaturyam, Komal? You know the meaning of Chaturyam? Okay, Chaturyam means, the word Chaturyam, for those who don't know, means 4th. The word Chatur, in you say Chatur Bhuja, they say Ganapati Chatur Bhuja, some gods, they say Chatur Bhuja means 4 limbs, 4 hands, 4 limbs. Chaturyam means 4th state of consciousness. But by saying Chaturyam many times, they made short form, Turyam. But it's the same. Chaturyam means Turyam.
Thank you, sir.
And also, don't get confused. Some people don't say Turyam, some people say Turiya. It's the same. Okay, before we close, should I close or should anybody have any last question? or I will close with my comments. Last question, anybody? I know many people come last minute. They come running, like I always say, don't miss the bus. Many people come running. Hey, one minute. Who wants to ask last
Yes,
question?
sir. There's
Anybody?
one question, sir. If you want, we
Yes, sir.
can take this question tomorrow also. My question
No,
is,
tell me.
can I say that the intellect and mind are the two functions of the brain? That brain can also discriminate and brain can also bring up thoughts. Can I put it that it's a function of brain if you physically look at the body?
You can say, but how do we know?
Because I'm just going by Jyotri's question that who produces the thought, my answer would have been brain. That's the brain that produces a thought, and it's a brain itself which can also discriminate between, and that is the intellect part of the brain which will tell whether that thought is good or bad, whether the action should be, whether that thought converts into action or not.
Let me provoke you.
Sure.
Let's remove the brain from the body. Will it produce thought?
I don't think it will do that. I don't think so.
That means you got the answer, right? It's not the brain.
It is the brain that produces thought then.
If the brain was producing thought, then it could independently produce thought by itself.
Acha, okay. Independently.
What I told Jyotri, the brain is wired. The brain is wired through the neurons and all that, and through the skin and the bones and the nerve tissues and the body, everything put together as a jiva. It is a jiva that produces a thought. Now, are you in sync with that? Now you're trying to say, if the brain is producing thought, mind, and intellect, then we should be able to go and do a brain surgery to improve the mind and intellect, but we are not able to do it.
But there was one surgery that I heard, sir. So that person was asked to play the guitar, and he was conscious. He was playing his guitar, and then they saw in his brain that what are the neurons which are getting activated because of that him playing the guitar, and then they performed a surgery on the brain. So
Sudeep,
something has to. I mean, I don't know whether as human beings we are even allowed to know that or not. That could be the case.
So let me conclude with this point to you. To me, the brain is a hardware. The mind and intellect is a software.
True.
You are trying to make the software into the hardware. Being a technology person, can you make software into hardware?
No. I just said it's a function.
Yeah,
that
so
brain is performing those two functions. That was my point.
Of course, it is through the laptop that the program will run. Without the laptop, the app will not run the program. Correct. But you can't say that the hardware of the laptop is producing the software. Can you say the hardware of the laptop is producing the software?
No.
So let us be clear about it.
Okay.
Therefore, the hardware is only processing the software. The brain is only processing the mind and the intellect. It is not creating the mind and intellect, which I think you tried to say when you started it.
That's what I wanted to say.
The brain
Correct.
is only but the brain is only processing the thoughts. That's why it's called a CPU. And don't they say a CPU, the central processing unit? Am I right?
Yes.
The brain is nothing more than a processing unit. So, my dear friends, every day we join this call because every day we are trying to learn one step that will take us towards that ultimate destination called enlightenment. The goal of life is mukti, is moksha. It is to be liberated on earth from the triple suffering of the body, mind, and ego. And not just to be liberated from the suffering on earth, but to be liberated from the cycle of rebirth. Now, this is beyond science. This is beyond brain and all this technology. This is spirituality. And spirituality is the understanding that I am not this body. And we started with the question today, can we transform the mind? Where is the mind? You cannot find. How can you transform it? So with that note, I will try to bid adieu and look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 8. Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham.